Welcome everyone back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Apothecary Diaries, Season 2, Episode 11. Let's go. Leave a like and subscribe. Let's freaking go. I miss Xiaolon. I was editing Episode 1 for this season. What's going on here? Why does Grandma look sad? Oh. Oh, he's thinking about making a move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. They're all formal right now.
For tomorrow.
Is he gonna propose to her? Hide it from her.
An expedition.
Wow.
Maybe he's like, maybe he has a job, maybe he has to like go somewhere else to do some kind of business, but they need someone that they can like trust that is like about apothecary stuff. So then it's like, okay, we have to bring her because she's like the smartest and most trustworthy person that we know that can help us with whatever it is they're doing. But we have to tell her because or else it's going to be super obvious, you know. Yeah,
and he's thinking like he needs to like take a step because of what his mom said and you know everything and what the monk guy said. But yeah, he's thinking about taking things a step forward a little bit, but also whether that means like he's actually thinking about realistically like romance and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure. It seems like it's, you know, those are still feelings that he has. But I think that his business, I think you're right about that, and his business might have something to do with he went to that brothel that wasn't the Vedigree house when he went disguised. You remember? Yeah. So they like went in the town and then he like went to do business or like do something. And then my mom was like, oh, well, if you wanted that, fucking, you know, like, I guess he's, you know, even eunuchs, blah, 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 whatever she thought. Yeah. So maybe that has something to do with that, which might have something to do with the quack doctor's family, or it might have something to do with Shisho and his whole shipping and trading fucking craziness, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe. Although he's more of a bureaucrat, but I don't know. Maybe with Gyokuyo, maybe he has connections with her. I don't know. I think it has something to do with that visit at the very least. Whatever else it's connected to, we'll see. Fanning her? Must be hot.
Great.
She's the most trustworthy person maybe of all time.
I just hope no one poisons her.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't die while he's away. Shisho. Borrow. My. That girl or the cat?
I just want you to admit what you're saying.
Xiaomao. Kusuri.
That girl.
Yeah, he's avoided it, I think.
30 minutes?
She just fucked with him for like an hour. The hunt.
Out into the countryside.
Lee, the country of Lee. 3 hours backwards. And that's where the barbarians are.
Some kind of historical site that they're going to.
I think it's maybe just yeah. She-Hulk. She is the she stuff.
Interesting. Whoa. It's really beautiful. It's really nice.
The tiger. What now? Or was that to tie his hair? Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's time. Oh my god, really? He's not. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Because he's not a eunuch, because he's just a... Yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh my god. Read the room. Just say it.
Oh. He's like, how the fuck doesn't she know about this?
You haven't put this one together? Like, oh my god. Just say it.
But will he?
This is gonna cause a lot of problems on this fucking trip.
Yeah.
I love how the, like, her things of like, oh, I guess eunuchs are, you know, they aren't born that way, so it makes sense that you have a son before becoming a eunuch. Like, it was, like, for the audience to, like, explain facts about the world, but, like, based on our perspective, because we didn't know, but it was, like, we're seeing everything through her, and then she would say, like, rationalize something, we'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, and then eventually it's like, this isn't adding up. And now those like little tidbits of her thinking and like, that makes sense, this, and that. It's fully just a justification for her willful ignorance and just like, so Maomao is still being obtusely fucking dumb about this random nonsense or trying to stay out of it. But like, there's some things where it's like she's trying to stay out of it, and there's some things where she's just clueless, which makes sense with her because she's so smart. Not everybody is perfect.
It's so nice on the water like that.
So hot. Everybody's fanning themselves. Oh, the ice block, that's cool. No.
Whoa.
Aw. Turtle? What the fuck? Chinese people don't give a fuck.
It's just, I mean, people eat anything.
I know. This is a different time. But look at him.
Why can't he eat it?
Sorry, what? Oh, is he allergic to like seafood or something?
I don't think so.
Maybe there's like Oh, he's just being extremely cautious around these people. He's just being extremely cautious. I will feast.
No, it's just like, what the fuck? I wanted to eat this.
I'm just built fucking different. What can I say, Boston? Does his blood pressure go up from the fucking drink or what? Let him sleep here. Don't move him to a bed. Just let him sleep here. I wonder if Kosen's his real name.
Mm-hmm. I feel like probably.
A nice bath too.
Storm.
The hunt, like an actual hunt? Is that what they're saying?
I guess so. Oh.
Oh fuck. Oh shit!
I'm gonna try and
when does this take place?
A secret. They got all their murder cloaks on.
I wonder if it's they're trying to frame. Oh, that would make sense. Maybe oh my god, maybe Shisho is use the caravan to import goods from this other place, and those girls, like, they seem kind of sketchy, but they were really just like trying to ingratiate themselves with this other kingdom. And Shisho maybe is trying to frame them for like assassinating Jinshi, or I guess Kosen, and like weakening them so that Lolon gets to bear the children of the emperor.
Maybe.
That's maybe what it is. So maybe like the whole caravan is all infiltrated or like flooded the market. I mean, he maybe controls some of the trade there, but like
it could.
And maybe the guns are from the west because they looked more Western looking.
It could also be someone else is like, I mean, Jinshi seems really sketched out about the food and stuff.
Yes.
But it could also be someone else is going to be trying to frame Shisho, who is already suspicious, similar to what we saw in season 1.
With Lock-on?
No, when the food poisoning, when they made it seem like it was these other girls that like
the
hated her,
waiting, yeah.
But or
in
like,
reality it was a deeper kind of thing.
Yeah, there was a more complex thing with the honey lady and this and that. Like there's a lot more things going on, but it was like setting up like, oh, this person would obviously be poisoned by Ado, the competitor, who's like old. Like, there's a lot of setup of like, oh, the obvious answer to the poisoner would be this person, but so like say you go on this hunting trip and then you get killed, and then it's like, are they gonna blame a random third party, or are they gonna blame Shisho for inviting them there and then he gets killed in this hunting trip? But at the same time, it's like, it could just be I
think the logic that you're using, I think that's accurate, but that's kind of what I'm saying, is that like, to us Shisho seems so obvious, but I think what they're doing here is using that same idea of, you know, it's so obvious that it would be these Western people because they found a Western gun. They have evidence of all this Western poison coming in and trying to poison the concubines, or like initiate like a miscarriage. And then they, you know, because these clearly are not from China, just from looking at them, and you know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like then Shisho could, he has all the power here, so he could spin it however he wants, type thing. But I also just want to point out a small thing, just an atmospheric thing. The weather is like so uncomfortable. Like before they even leave, they're like leading up to this whole outing, and they're like fanning themselves, or like their servants are fanning them. And then they get here and it's still really hot, and they're like hiding away. And then in the night, it's like all dark and stormy. They're just setting up, because I guess it's rare in this show that like the weather really changes. It's usually just sunny, right?
For some reason, I thought that they said that it was cool up in the mountains, but then it was like, it was hot because they were staying like stuffed up in this.
Oh, maybe they like heated them up to like get them off balance or something. Like that's what it seemed like to me. Yeah, I guess they did say that. It was kind of different, but yeah, it seems with the extravagance of this place, I think they're also saying, like, Maomao's commenting on every detail. It's just like everything is so perfect, yet it's still uncomfortably hot in here, and they're bringing us ice. Like, what's that about?
Yeah.
It's probably intentional. Yeah, Jinshi's like super sketched about the food here and about everything. He's not opening the windows. They brought their own food. Oh, I wonder because he's like, the prince is supposed to be sickly. He's like covering himself like that, like, you know. Great idea. Great idea. If only you told her how serious this was. you know? She's like, oh, I'll just take a walk. It's a fun place. About to get shot or find a gun and... Oh, no. Lihaku? The golden retriever boy is hanging out with the dog.
Look at that dog, he's so nice. That's probably why Jinshi has to wear the face thing, because there's other people around.
This is evidence of him kind of moving up in the world after his conversation with Jinshi about, you know, because Jinshi was going to give him that loan for Pyrene. Yeah. And then Lihaku's like, oh, I got to work really hard. So I think this is him getting like kind of promoted a little bit and like going on really important stuff. I think he's from the countryside. But I think Jinshi probably noticed that he was a good guy. Called that shit. Ooh, that'll be useful. Oh, wow, he's really trained. Look at him.
Maybe we should get one of these whistles just in case something happens and we need to summon this dog.
That's going to come in handy, for sure. The dog is petting a dog, exactly.
I guess it is really hot.
All the ice is all melted already. Jesus. I love how she can read all those like social cues and details, but oh, Boston's freaking out. Yeah, it's a uncomfortable conversation, not to do with the heat, probably.
So,
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's like
Catch some cool water. He's getting like
heat stroke. Put a little bit of salt in the water so that he can
rehydrate. Yeah. Oh no! Was this their plan?
I doubt it. They're probably waiting for the hunt. They couldn't have predicted this.
But they heated everything up to give him heat stroke because they knew he'd be in this fucking getup. So that then he'd go outside into the woods and he wouldn't take off his mask. And now he's gonna get shot.
Oh,
fucking called it, dude.
God. They're gonna have to like jump down this waterfall now.
He's oh! He's like a crazy soldier. Oh my god! Sharp rocks at the bottom, most likely. Bring it on.
Holy shit. Oh, there's like a cave underneath.
That's why it's they did it near like the waterfall. She's drowning.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh, she's like dying.
He's He's lucky he didn't drown with all that shit on his face. Yeah.
50メートル近くある崖を降りるとは無茶なことを錯乱したのかと思いました。この滝壺は深いから。
Perfect place to reveal your true nature.
溺れない限り死なない。ええ、溺れない限り。
Just her face.
なんだ。寝苦しい姿ませんが。
Yeah.
Oh, this is from the OP when they're all wet. I thought that it was earlier when Jinshi like was in the lake.
貧相なあばら骨でも隠せるものは隠したい。ジンシ様のも絞りますので脱いでいただけますか。
Oh, he's got to get naked. He's got to show himself off, or she's gonna notice.
自分でやる。あのも貸せ。俺の方が力があるだろう。ほう。よかった。さっきより体調は良さそうだ。機嫌は悪そうだけど。薬草はもう使えないな。
No.
何か他に。
What?
ジンシ様。
Do you get shot?
なんだ。申し訳ありませんが。
Oh,
していただけます。
some green onion?
朝毛に出された
Oh
服
no.
できたものですが、今のジンシ様には塩が足りないようなの。塩？追いかけてくるときにどう混ぜた水を持ってきたのですが、滝の上に置
A little
いてきてしまった。
Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
とにかくパリに出て食事も水も取らなければ体がおかしくなります。
It was calculated.
水分不足で頭が痛かったのではありませんか。のぼせは引いているみたいですが。
I guess jumping off a waterfall into a giant pool of water was really what he needed.
思ったより悪くない。お前も食え。
Holy moly. It was an assassination
What the
attempt.
fuck?
戦で使う火薬を使った武器だ。一回撃つごとに準備が必要になる。
So that's how you know there's multiple of them.
犯人は複数いたということですか。
Mm-hmm.
少なくとも2人。
That's smart.
何を思われているんだ。
How about you just fucking tell her already?
Yeah.
ここから出る方法はご存知ですか。ログ以外でですが。奥の天井に穴がある。
How do you know?
ガオシュン様は知っているのですか。知らないかもな。バセンなら知っているが、すぐに気づくかどうか。
They must have came here when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't during the current emperor's reign because of all this shit. Because they always were tied to these people when his grandfather / father was alive, when the last emperor was alive. But since he died, the current emperor is like, fuck that.
Well, let's just wait.
So
here.
he and Boston were like childhood friends, and they would come here and hang out.
You don't want the wrong people to notice. The dog. Just call him the dog. He can step on you. You definitely won't just get crushed.
お前もっと太ったらどうだ。まあ言うことじゃないです。
Oh,
Oh, no.
slippery.
湿っているが、ければ立ちます。よし。
You're just gonna fall immediately.
Lee Haku's just gonna like one hand pull her out.
Oh.
なんだカエルか。
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, they fell on top of each other. How cliche. Naked.
Stop doing that.
You like young girls too, don't you?
Stop.
Ah! What?
Make a dumb fucking joke.
What?
Just makes such a silly joke, and then it's just the end.
That wasn't that dumb of a joke.
I mean,
he's a
only
spitting
like a
image of
older.
his
Yeah,
fucking grandfather.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 25 as well. Man, I can't. This was a crazy episode. It feels like this was like 3 episodes worth of stuff. And now they're stuck in this hole, and he still didn't fucking tell her.
Remind me the age thing one more time. This is like the 20th time I've asked him. For some reason, I just can't remember.
He is, I think, 18 or 19.
Yeah.
But because he's a eunuch, they say that he's Jinshi the eunuch, age 25, so that him being a 19-year-old with suppressed hormones can pass as like a 25-year-old man who is a eunuch.
Right, okay, that's what it is, yeah. Yeah. So there's
what
always confused, what the thing that gets in my brain, we'll talk about the episode in a second, but what always gets in my brain with that is that I always forget that there's 3 ages. The Emperor's son, the previous Emperor's son that he took the place of.
They're the same
And
age.
then there's Jinshi, which is technically a third person that is a fake identity, but they're the same age. So then there's 3 ages and I always forget how it turned. Anyway. This was an insane episode. And I called it from a mile a fucking way.
I didn't think
Shisho set this up on purpose. They saw it coming, but they needed to do it for some political reason. I wonder if they're trying... I wonder if this is like a big risk for them to relieve Shisho of his power, maybe? Because, like, I think that the Emperor... knows that Shisho's a piece of shit. I think that the little rock was given to the previous emperor by his mother, right? To paint with. Or was it by his wife?
I don't think it was by his wife. But I honestly, I can't
because
remember
it's
how
like,
he got that.
Because he used it to paint, and I thought, and he would just shut himself away. If that was given to him by his mom, it would have been basically given to him by Shisho, right? So then that he would die, and then it would pass to his son, and then his daughter could, if he had a kid, could marry his son, could marry her son, and then he could gain power and get more influence that way. So, and he was obviously very close with the dowager at the time, like. Yeah, I think that the Shisho has been angling at getting more and more, basically, and we just had the Shrine of Choosing, where it's all about genealogy and all about, like, keeping the bloodline strong enough, or at least, like, finding the true, like, heir, and despite, mixing of different bloodlines. And I feel like bringing that up, then going at all this, where this guy is trying to, like, almost assume power over the royal family. It's important, I think, like a shrine like that, or like a DNA test type thing like that, like keeping it out of the hands of people like Shisho, who are not, have this, like, divine right to rule or whatever, or are not actually connected to the whole shit. Because it's clear as day. He's doing this. It's been a plan forever. And I think that's the real reason why the Emperor switched his children and is keeping Jinshi secret.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know that the Emperor knows about that.
About what, the baby swap?
Yeah,
I think he does. I think he absolutely does. He treats Jinshi like a son. Yeah, he doesn't treat him like a brother. He treats him like a son. Just in the way that they talk to each other, and just the framing of the scenes, he doesn't talk to him like a brother. Especially after the Shrine of Choosing episode, even more, like, just the way that they're talking, the way he's like, oh, you don't get with her, I will, just like joking around like that. Yeah, it's to me, I think the Emperor is doing it on purpose. He's doing it to protect Jinshi, because he wants to keep power. I mean, he's probably doing it to protect Jinshi, because I think he actually cares about Jinshi. But I think that he wants to keep power out of Shisho's hands, and maybe that's why he accepted Lolon as a concubine. Maybe he kind of had to because of the
nature
of
nature.
Yeah, of like the country. Like we got an explanation of the country. There's like the royal family and then the three swords or whatever.
And this one is like the biggest one.
Yes, it's the largest region with the most power. They just aren't the rulers, and it's this constant kind of contention with that. And they want Lolan in there to become the new empress or become like, you know, give birth to the kid. And by the way, I was just editing in episode 1 of season 2, they say when Gyokyo's daughter is like running around and all the people are like looking down at her all shadowy and like she's all happy, but she doesn't realize that she's going to be the target, you know, blah, blah, blah. I think that's foreshadowing. There's going to be an assassination attempt on her. But they also said that like maomao was saying just a line of, it was in reference to Lifa, and it was all the emperor's previous children have died. Yeah. And we knew that. I think they said it earlier in season 1, but they don't mention it often because we know that his previous son died to Lifa, but they don't mention a bunch of other kids. I mean, they mentioned it in passing that he had other children that they've died, but like that can't be an accident. That say he had like 3 other children, they all fucking died as babies.
Well, there's the one that died that was actually the that we saw who died. The one that Jinshi swapped with that died.
That was the previous emperor's child.
Yes, but as far as the world knows,
yeah, right, okay,
that
I see
is
what you
his
mean.
First child that died.
But they don't. The way they said it's not 2 kids. It's not Liwa's kid and then Otto's kid.
Yeah.
Multiple of his children have died. Yeah. And that doesn't happen on accident. I thought that there was at least a
couple more, but I can't remember. For some reason, I thought that we got like a secondary, like we got told that. And then for some reason, I thought that we got a secondary, like commentary on that, but I can't remember.
I was just bringing up that was on purpose, and it just adds to the evidence. I mean, we just saw Jinshi get shot, so there's clearly like, you know, like they're putting it out in the open, but my point is there's been foreshadowing that this is like, it's not just, Lolan, you know, is trying to grab power because there has been a concerted effort on manipulating everything, and the way that they're doing all the temperature, the way they're giving him fucking heat stroke, it's exactly the type of shit that would happen when Suirei would be doing stuff, and like when they were all setting up all the stuff for his assassination. It's the same kind of shit because it was the same kind of thing. It was all in the same sort of vein, and I think that Shisho's probably behind the caravan stuff as well and bringing all the mirrors, and that's gonna come back. We're probably gonna come back, and they're gonna be thinking about the food. They're gonna be thinking about, the food is you know, fine. Like luckily we had no problems with the food. We're gonna or maybe there will be maybe Suiren will be like sick or something when we get back, but that's not the real thing. The real thing is the mirror got cracked. When did that happen? I don't know. It was just when it was hot, like when it was hot out, I think that it just like got in the mirror or something, and then it just like broke or it got tipped over when we were cleaning because I was clumsy because it was hot out. And then there's gonna be some mercury missing, and that's the one secret ingredient that is used for the abortion shit. And it's just gonna be in the air and everywhere. And because it's hot, maybe it'll be like more humid, and then that will make its way into Gyokyo and Lihua's systems, and they'll both have fucking miscarriages or something. Yeah. And because Maomao's gone, she won't be able to realize that. And maybe they knew that too. So like this was 2 birds with 1 stone. Like they probably figured out that Maomao was gonna get figuring everything out, and then they knew that Jinshi was paranoid but had to come anyway. So he would come, and then he would bring her, and then either she stays with the concubines and saves them, and then Jinshi could get shot, or she'll likely leave because Jinshi's really worried about himself. And then the concubines will be weak to influence. Yeah. I bet we're going to come back and it's going to be really messed up.
It's going to be a shit show back there. I can already tell. But yeah, obviously after this, she's definitely going to find out. Like,
will she?
He's got to tell her after this. If he doesn't, I'm going to be like pissed off. Like, but I feel like there's no way. Like, she can't be like, oh yeah, you just like.
She can't like what?
I was gonna say, like, it's gonna happen. I hope it happens next episode. It might not happen till the one after, but I'm like, it's gotta happen.
It's gonna be the fucking season finale. I'm calling it. It's gonna be the climax of the season.
They can't drag it out another 12 episodes without him telling her after all of this, can they?
They've done it so far. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, I guess
because
that's
holy
true.
fuck, it's like, and I appreciate that, like, yeah, it's so clear, like, they've revealed it multiple times and in multiple different stages of obviousness.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just at the point where it's past the point where Maomao is like ignoring things and more to like it and to be honest, to be 100,000% honest, if she learns and she's like, I didn't want to believe it, I will lose my mind, because there's no way you could not believe it this far and be like doing the like in the way that she thinks about it. If she's just like, because she didn't mention this episode like, oh, Gao Shun, I won't think about Gao Shun, like, I'm not thinking about him on purpose. She just is she's still like making all these weird justifications. I don't know. It's just funny, honestly. It's just funny, and it feels kind of overdue. So if they keep dragging it out, it'll be like, all right, that's enough.
I feel like they're gonna,
because they set up the perfect moment here.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like they're gonna reveal it, but then it's gonna change their relationship, and that's why Jinshi hasn't been wanting to say it, because it's like, then she's gonna be like, we already see how she like reacts to kind of like authority figures, like she doesn't want to cross them, she doesn't want to mess up or anything, but she's always had kind of this attitude of like, you know, fuck you to Jinshi a little bit. And well, then which is different than everyone else treats him, both as the like prince and as Jinshi. So, but if she finds out that he's like the prince, then she's gonna like, you know, she might be a little bit more careful, or like, you know, reconsider things a bit, and he obviously doesn't want that. But that's potentially just her automatic reaction, you know? Yeah.
And well, it's also not just an automatic reaction. It's that I think that he's also thinking, like, it's not a problem with him not wanting to reveal it, because in episode, I think 9 of season 1, there was that thing where they were all red. They were in that room with the flowers, and then she was like, "Listen, if you're gonna kill me, just do it by poison," because she was getting all freaked out. Because she was dealing with death all the time. There was like that girl that was killed herself or something, I forget, drowned herself, and she was like, "If you're gonna kill me, do it with poison." And then she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then she explains, you know, I'm nothing. Like I one bad word in the wrong company, and I'm like, you could cut my head off, and it would be, I'd just be another random person, and it's just how it is. That's how this world works for people like me. And then he was kind of taken back by that, and I think that conversation in particular has like fucked with Jinshi to the point where he's like, he doesn't want to change. Like, it's already tenuous with the power that he has over her, but he doesn't want it to change even more. Yeah. And he knows that it will. So then he doesn't, he's grown accustomed to her. He doesn't want her to treat him like a prince, because that's like, it's too distant. It's, you know, he's had a taste of what it's like to be treated like a normal person. Yeah. And I think it plays into, he had like a monologue alone about, or in his mind at one point, about how he's not really good at anything. Like, he's not he's not really that great at anything. He's just beautiful and has a bloodline, basically. You didn't mention the bloodline because they're still being vague about it, but he's basically, he has his only great things about him, the things that are actually exceptional, are things that were given to him by birth. Yeah. And he can never be as strong as Gao Shun, or as strong as Boston, or as skilled as Gao Shun, or as smart as whatever. Yeah. He can only be a beautiful, like, prince, basically. And yeah. So I think that he struggles with that a lot. So he's finally interacting with somebody who, I don't know, just doesn't treat him like that, or doesn't treat him like based on those things that he can't control. She treats him like a real person. I think that's why he really likes her. And he doesn't want that to change. Yeah, think they're gonna bang in here?
I like this moment. I feel like it's very similar to when they were climbing up, or like the wall. Yeah, like in the wall episode, when it's just when
like Otto left, and then he like hugged her because he was sad.
Yeah, and now I feel like he's hugging her because he's scared that when he tells her, then he's gonna like lose her. Like, he wouldn't be able to hug her anymore because she'll, you know, look at him differently and stuff. Yeah. And he's like getting fucking assassinated. And so then it's like, I also wonder, it's like, hey, there's like a couple things. It's like he has to tell her because, and especially after this, he has to tell her, like, not only because she deserves to know, but also just for her own safety.
Yeah.
Like, if he's getting fucking assassinated, if there is, like, extreme and real risk of him getting poisoned and therefore her getting poisoned and killed and, you know, getting shot or, you know, getting attacked or, like...
If she was prepared for all of this, this wouldn't have happened. If she was thinking, like, if she knew...
She would have been hydrating him and, like, not letting him go outside alone instead, like, he was out by the tree. Oh, instead, let's take you back to our house.
In a way, in a way, he cared about the relationship so much he was willing to risk his own life. If you think about it that way. He cared more about keeping her in the dark than he did about his safety. Because he needed to bring her because she is really good at her job and would keep him alive. But he didn't want to commit because so he was willing to risk getting shot, dying of heat stroke, dying of dehydration or malnourishment, and, you know, just withering away.
He also made her Gaoshin's assistant rather than his.
So that if he was poisoned.
Well, no, and also just so that she wouldn't be so closely associated with him that she would become a threat of, like, oh, this girl who's with him. Oh, we need to get rid of her. Instead, it's just like, oh, it's just a soldier guy that's with him. That's pretty normal and, you know, expected. Yeah. Not like a random. Yeah. Just interesting, and I'm really excited for next episode because I feel like, you know, it's like, how is Shisho gonna, if it was him, how's he gonna...
It was him.
I'm saying there's still a slight possibility that couldn't be him, but it's like...
It was him.
It's like, I guess, here's the thing. Whether it was him or wasn't him, how's he gonna recover from the situation? Because even on the slim chance that...
they found the gun. That's what they were just saying. They were leaving the guns there. They got extra guns. They were leaving them there, and they're gonna be Western make, you know? They're gonna be from a different place. Maybe they'll frame fucking Gyokyo's family. Is she from the West? Maybe she's one of the other swords?
Maybe.
I think that's their plan. Is they're like, you know, it's explainable. It's like all the other assassination attempts. Oh, it was because of the mask that he went out and then he got shot because you ran away. It's your fault, basically. You left your detail, you left the party, and you made yourself vulnerable. And here's proof right here that it wasn't me. I don't have guns. Let's search my entire fucking castle or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, they've set this up, and I bet there's gonna be more.
I guess I'm just interested. Are they gonna? Is Jinshi gonna confront him, or is he gonna just like fucking book it out of there and then like be like, Shisho, you need to come to the palace and answer for yourself here, or something like that, or like, you know, I'm interested to see.
It's not gonna go that far.
I guess I'm interested to see what happens, what like sort of the protocol is, how they're gonna get out of here safely. You know,
I mean, they're just gonna leave. I don't think Shisho's gonna overextend himself and kill him out in the open. No. That's why he set all this up. That's the nature of this sort of thing is this was the chance to do it, and they tried and failed. But maybe if there is a slip up, there's gonna be like a search. And nobody's gonna find them. But then, how about this? Then Lee Haku, who got promoted, and then all the other older officers were like, "Fuck you, kid! You're moving up too fast." Gave him the dog, and then the dog leads him to the prince, and he saves the fucking prince and gets promoted again, gets a big raise. Yeah. Then the season's gonna end with him and Pyring getting married.
Oh, that'd be because he gets a fat reward.
He'll get a fucking bonus. For saving Jinshi, for saving Kosen. So, yeah, that's how that's going to work. But I think that the only thing that... I don't think he's going to try again I don't think Shisho's going to try again to kill Jinshi on this trip. Yeah. I think that because, again, he has two options. He can attack Jinshi, and he's also probably got a Shisui running around over there, fucking leaving incense and planting flowers, these abortion flowers all over the place. You know, inexplicably.
Yeah.
100,000%. Yeah, and there's still not Suirei. She's still fucking missing. She might be here. I think that she's at the rear palace, and now that Maomao's ultimate rival is not there to stop her, she might be able to get the abortion stuff into the girls without anyone noticing in a much more subtle, unexpected way. Yeah, this is a shit show. And
It's gonna be worse when
it's
we
gonna
get
be
back,
worse, but
I'm sure.
there's not gonna be like a big investigation because he's too big. They need to like catch him in something more. I mean, somehow something more obvious than this. They need, and they might have already gathered a bunch of information. Like the Emperor and Jinshi might have already gathered a bunch of smaller information. Mm-hmm. But because Shisho's so big, there's no oversight. There's no way. There's no like judge and jury. There's just them, the like high nobles and the royals. Like there's not a Supreme Court of Lee. I don't think. Like, the Supreme Court of Lee is the fucking Emperor and Shisho. Like, they're the highest nobles in the country. Mm-hmm. So, the only real way to get back at him is, like, a trade war or some kind of, like, diminish his power. But if you diminish his power, you diminish the country. Because he holds so much land that if you make him weak, you're weakening the strength of the entire country. So, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. They're gonna have to, like, straight up kill him, I guess. Assassinate him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucked. Mm-hmm. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.